The decision has been made without even knowing what the new adoption is. So I would just like to suggest that the board vote against it.
Please stay on the floor. I have a question on that one. We're referring Lawrence, we're referring to the grant that was promoted and accepted by the board as well. The idea of this project.
The school site council voted to.
That's my question was, did the school site council, and my reading is yes, but are you aware that the school site council, which it also involves faculty?
I saw
Involved in
that there was
There's a
vote,
voice
yes.
there, yeah.
I saw that there
Yeah,
was a vote.
okay, thank you very much.
Can I say
You
something?
to speak to the question?
Yeah. Well, I'm a teacher at El Gavilan, and all I want to really say is that we have math interventions. We've done math interventions in the after-school programs. It's not a scientific-based whatever, but it is, we do math intervention and have for many years. When we did our SCESD testing, El Gavilan's math was right up with the majority of the schools. We have never had a math problem in El Gavilan until just recently. Reasons, there could be a multiple of reasons. I'm not sure what test data she used. It might have been the benchmark test, but we have a huge population that's using Engage New York, and our Engage New York curriculum does not match the benchmark. So what we're teaching is not what the benchmark is testing. So that could be another reason our data, if it's benchmark test, and why it does not match. All third grade, every third grade teacher is using Engage New York. I think all fifth grade is using Engage New York, and we have at least one or more teacher at every single grade. So that's one of the reasons our data is really low. I think that's my main thing. Yes, it was one thing though when it comes to the voting of the school site council, and I'm not saying pros or cons, I'm so over this and all the discussion, but teachers totally voted it down, just for information. So,
Okay.
but I just need to declare we have done intervention, and math typically has always been our strong subject. But math has changed. Math has changed. It's not 2 times 2 is 4. It's, can you solve that another way? Can you, it includes language arts now, huge. Language arts has always been our problem. When you combine language arts with the new math, we have issues now, so.
Okay, thank you very much. We're still talking about the basics. Go ahead, please.
I just want to address the count as far as the school council, or the school site council did vote in our favor. However, the teachers, I did pass out, the original presentation was done with the teachers. And after that meeting, I gave out index cards and said, give me some feedback. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, questions, whatever. I got 4 index cards back, and 2 asked for had questions on them about core curriculum or Common Core. Did it match? And we answered that question. The other one was just that they wanted to see the reports and what they look like. So then we went ahead and as our goal number 3, to have more parent involvement. I involved the parents in this, and then it came up to be a major problem for the teachers, and I don't know why, but I wanted the parents to see it. I wanted the parents to participate, and that's what my goal has been since I've been there, is to get more parents on that campus, and that's what this did. And when we did the vote, at the final vote, I had a ballot box, and it was a closed ballot box, and people came to the school site council meeting and they voted. There was a checkoff box for teacher and a checkoff box for parent. And the box was in the office the entire 2 weeks that this was being negotiated, and the vote came up to 8 teachers said no to it. Only 8. And that's, the rest of them didn't vote. Another 8 teachers said yes, 8 teachers said no. The other teachers didn't vote at all. So I consider the other teachers not caring or saying, okay, we'll take it, we'll do it, we can make this happen. So if you want to count them on my side, then I'll take that, because there's 30 teachers on that campus, and I don't believe 8 represent the whole campus.
Thank you very much. David Clark, anything else?
Well, this is a sticky one for sure. But at the same time, if we start questioning the school site council process, we're going to be doing that on every single thing. I mean, the school site council process is a vote, so that we're supposed to respect. So, I don't know. I mean, you can look at it both ways. Oh.
Yeah. It's just like me, when I want a motion to go through, it doesn't go through, and it's the respect of us to at least accept it as a loss, or as a postponement. So I get that too,
So maybe
moving forward, you're right on target. You're right on target. Okay. Any other questions? Concerns? Okay. Where we at on the agenda?
I'd like to
Yeah.
move approval of the consent calendar.
The consent calendar's on the table. For the motion, do I hear a second? I'll second. We have a second, and number 1 second, number 2 second. We'll take number 1 second. Okay, any discussion, please? Further discussion on the board, any comments, or? Okay, say none. I'll take the vote. All those in favor? Aye. All those nays? Say none. It's 5-0. Thank you. Move forward. Information items, please, Dr. Lucia.
Okay. We have the first 5 here. Hey, Francine, thank you. At this time, I would like to tell the board our first item of information. It comes from personnel from the county office regarding the first 5, and it was requested. So tell us. The floor is yours.
Great. Good evening, Superintendent, members of the board, and all the parents and teachers here. It's been a wonderful experience to sit here and hear the passion that is expressed in this district. And I am here to talk about the children when they are first born. That they are born curious, creative, and capable. And it is all of our responsibilities to help them stay that way. And that's what First 5 was established to do. We get funding from a tax on tobacco products. Proposition 10 set aside 50 cents from every pack of cigarettes and cigars that would go toward early care and education for children and families. And every county has a First 5. And what First 5 is doing in your district is a number of things. I was asked to talk very briefly about what it is that happens with First 5 support in your district. And in the board report to the trustees, the transitional kindergarten program was mentioned. And what we do with that program is provide mini grants of up to $900 per classroom to those TK classrooms that are interested in participating. In your district, there are 7 classrooms. And so that's a total of about 181 teachers and students who receive support through that program. And what they do is they purchase materials that are appropriate for play, because play is the way that young children learn. In order to have exploration, in order to develop those minds of creativity and mathematics, you need to have manipulables. You need to be able to see how things move together and apart. And I just want to read you a quote real quick from one of the teachers who's been receiving some of this support. She said, "I was an early childhood educator for the last 25 years. I'm delighted to hear the tide is turning back to play-based learning exploration opportunities. My husband is a 2nd grade teacher in the Alisal School District at Alisal Elementary. He sees what happens when his 2nd graders try to do math and science activities without the hands-on experience to truly understand what they are doing. We have removed so much of our play-based materials due to the push down of the curriculum. We are so thankful for the opportunity to have fresh materials Our children deserve puzzles with all of the pieces, and manipulatives with enough pieces for a group of 29 or more. So that's one of the programs that we help to support, that supports your children and families. And as you'll see from this paper that I handed out, there's a number of others. And these are children before they get to you, although you have a wonderful preschool and early care and education program in your district as well, but it can't serve all of the children and families in the district. So here are some other programs that also provide services and support. And children and their families are able to go to any one of them. So you'll see that actually the Alice South Family Resource Center, there's a number of families who are in your district who go to the Family Resource Center at Alice South or who participate in play groups that are held there. And they're pleased to be able to do that and to provide those services and support. Kinship Center, Easter Seals, the Salinas Public Library, Action Council does home visits. There's a teen parenting program at the county health department. McStart and Door to Hope, who support children who have been exposed to alcohol and drugs and are otherwise have been put at risk, also support children in your district. The behavioral health department. Castro Plaza, there are parents in your district who actually go to Castro Plaza to partake of the play groups or the group parenting series. The Mexican American Opportunity Foundation also has some play groups and a group parenting series. There's a special needs project that's in Salinas where 254 of children and families of parents participate in that program. And then there's also a child advocate program that the probation department operates. What happens in that program is if there has been a domestic violence charge against a perpetrator, the probation department goes out and once that person is on probation, helps to support the family so that there is no recidivism and that the children don't experience that type of abuse or neglect. So that's an amazing program, and they've had less than 1% of a recidivism rate for the people who've been served in that program. On the back side, you'll see a map. It doesn't show the entire school district, but it gives you an idea of the children and families that have been served in the school district. We also have some county-wide programs that anyone can access, and that includes the Kit for New Parents. So we focus on children and families who have in the prenatal stage through age 3 for that program, and really try and get the kid out to Natividad, to birthing centers, to prenatal, to organizations that provide prenatal support, because kids don't come with an instruction manual. And this kit has a manual in it, but they won't, they still won't apply directly to the manual. I don't know any kid that does exactly what they're supposed to do compared to a manual. But it gives you an idea of ages and stages and what kinds of things to expect. We also have an event sponsorship program where if there's an event in the community and someone's organizing it and they want to have services and activities that are specific for children 0 to 5, they can apply and receive up to $2,000 for that event to help to support those activities, whether it's more manipulatables, whether it's just a tarp and a few toys, whether it's fresh fruits and vegetables. Those kinds of things are available through that program. We also have the Wheelie Mobili, who will come out to events, and that is a museum on wheels that's operated by My Museum, and it has a lot of activities that support exploration. There's also an infant, family, early childhood mental health training series, and that helps to support the knowledge in our county of the importance of the fact that the brain grows the fastest between the ages of 0 and 5. Really ages 0 and 3. And what happens during that time affects children for the rest of their lives. And if we provide the types of supports that are needed in a community to promote healthy development, you get them at a point at which they are much better off. We already know that by age 3, there's a huge gap in language development in Spanish and in English if they have not had an exposure to someone talking to them and having a serve and return relationship and loving bonding relationships. So that training series is open to professionals and paraprofessionals as well, and if anyone's interested in learning more about that or participating in that, they are more than welcome to. Very quickly, I just also wanted to tell you about a couple of other things. First Five Monterey County is part of the Children's Council, which is a council made up of 27 organizations, and it has launched something called the Early Childhood Development Initiative. And I see a number of familiar faces in the room, and I know some of you have attended some of those meetings. The Early Childhood Development Initiative is looking at doing just what I was talking about, trying to really raise the awareness of the importance of early childhood, how important it is to read to children, how important their social emotional skills are, to develop how we can expand licensed childcare because there is not enough.